Kuya, is it me or the world is really getting hotter and hotter?
It's probably because of global warming.
Global warming?
It is a gradual increase of Earth's temperature due to greenhouse effects. Greenhouse effect is caused by increased levels of carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, and other pollutants. And that's why the Earth's atmosphere is so hot.
What? I don't understand.
All I know is the world is in bad shape. Why do we ask more? I also want to know more about global warming.
So, what do you want to know about global warming?
Why is there global warming, Mama?
Can we still stop it?
Basically, the Earth is warming up and humans are at least partially to blame. As the human population has increased, so has the volume of fossil fuels burned, like coal, oil, and natural gas. The greenhouse effect is when the sun's rays penetrate the atmosphere, but when that heat is reflected off the surface and cannot escape back into space. Gases produced by the burning of fossil fuels prevent the heat from leaving the atmosphere. Another cause of global warming is deforestation. Plants play an important role in regulating the climate because they absorb carbon dioxide from the air and release oxygen back into it. But humans clear vast areas of vegetation around the world for farming, urban and infrastructure development, or to sell tree products such as timber and palm oil. When vegetation is removed or burned, the stored carbon is released back into the atmosphere as CO2, contributing to global warming. Farming can also cause global warming. Animals, livestock like sheep and cattle produce methane, which is a greenhouse gas. When livestock graze at a large scale amount of methane is produced, it is a big contributor to global warming. Some that farmers also use release nitrous oxide, which is another greenhouse gas. The main effect of global warming is climate change. Climate change refers to the changes in weather patterns and growing seasons around the world. It also refers to sea level rise caused by the expansion of warmer seas and melting ice sheets and glaciers. These pose a serious threat to life on Earth in the forms of widespread flooding and extreme weather. Glaciers have shrunk, ice on rivers and lakes is breaking up earlier, plant and animal ranges have shifted, and trees are flowering sooner. There is a loss of sea ice, accelerated sea level rise, and longer, more intense heat waves. There are also diseases caused by excessive heat. Many animals lost their places and habitats, which is needed for their living and survival. The polar bears are dying because of the melting of the glaciers, trees are cut down, and savannas are burning.
Is there something we can do?
There is. We can solve global warming by letting fossil fuels go. We must eliminate burning of coal, oil, and eventually natural gas. Encourage to employ alternatives when possible, plant-derived plastics, biodiesel, wind power, and to invest in the change, be it by divesting from oil stocks or investing in companies practicing carbon capture and storage. We can also have infrastructure upgrades since they contribute around one-third of all greenhouse gas emission. Investing in innovative infrastructure or radically upgrading existing highways and transmission lines would help diminish greenhouse gas emissions and drive economic growth in developing countries. Even when you walk to work, you can help lessen global warming. Use mass transit or switch to walking, cycling, or some other mode of transport that doesn't require anything other than human energy. Next, perhaps the easiest route to reduce greenhouse gas emission is simply to lessen accumulating stuff. Whether by foregoing an automobile or employing a reusable grocery sack, cutting back on consumption results in fewer fossil fuels being burned to extract, produce, and ship products around the globe. Next, let us learn to unplug. Believe it or not, US citizens spend more money on electricity to power devices when off than when on. Televisions, stereo equipment, computers, battery chargers, and a host of other gadgets and appliances consume more energy when seemingly switched off, so unplug them instead. And of course, we must stop cutting down trees. Every year, 33 million acres of forests are cut down. Timber harvesting in the tropics alone contribute 1.5 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. That represents 20% of human trade greenhouse gas emissions and a source that could be avoided relatively easily. We must also improve our agricultural practices along with paper recycling and forest management. Balancing the amount of wood taking out with the number of trees growing could quickly eliminate this significant chunk of emissions. Lastly, it is important to restore our tropical forests. When we lose forests, primarily to agricultural expansion or human settlement, carbon dioxide discharges into the atmosphere. As forest ecosystems come back to life, trees, soil, leaf litter, and other vegetation absorb and hold carbon, taking it out of global warming rotation. So, did you learn something?
Yes, now I hate humans for causing global warming.
I hope the Earth can still be saved. We all owe it.
Our planet is our home. We only have one Earth to live in. Why don't